And why is the screen so dull as this?
Your brightness is so much.
Hello, can you guys hear me now?
Yeah, yeah. The sound now. I can hear you now.
All right. All right. So,
Excuse me, sorry, someone is finding it hard to join.
the, what's the problem now? The link is there now.
Yes, the person can't, is not, the link is not responding for the person.
Probably it's network. It's not responding. What do you mean by it's not responding?
Like it's not opening.
The person should copy the link and paste it somewhere else and try again. Okay. Today, I want us to just go straight in. I uploaded the last two videos on our YouTube channel. I know I uploaded them late, right? But some things came up that delayed the uploading. I downloaded it immediately after the class, but the uploading took some time because there was some friction. But I've uploaded it nonetheless, and there are some things I promised I was going to drop for you guys. I've not yet dropped them. I was also planning on dropping them on the YouTube channel. I'm attaching them to the videos, right? But that was for Kali, installation of Kali and how to sign up on TryHackMe. But I walked you guys through the process on TryHackMe the last time. So I will still drop those two. But for now, let us go and complete this room that we started the other time. Okay, so first, before we dive straight in, do you have any question? Any questions? All right, so no questions. So if you are with your system, now is the time to log into your TryHackMe account. Okay. Then once you do, if you had answered answered this question the last time, whether it was the answer was offensive or defensive security, right? We answered it the last time, so your room should be showing room progress 33%. You should have answered it, and by now we should be going to this next question, which is hacking your first machine. Okay, so in the last class, I showed you guys the interface on the Kali Linux interface. I just went through it. I know it's I know it will still look a bit strange, right? But the more we use the interface, the more you get. It's not that it's difficult. It's just that it's not familiar. Okay, so the more we use it, the more you get acquainted with it, and you find that it's not really complex. All right, it's easier. I believe it's easier than probably web dev. Okay, it's just that security has a lot of tools that you're expected to know. It's not like they are hard, but there are many. Okay, so on your system, I said Kali Linux interface. On your system, go and log into your TryHackMe account. If this is your first class, then you might not know what I'm talking about, but let me just quickly go through the whole thing. I'm not going to explain everything. I'm just going to show you. Just type on tryhackmehere.com, right? Then let me just do it now. Okay, so immediately I put TryHackMe, it completed with the dashboard because I've logged in before. So all of you that have signed up before now, let me first know. Let's take a poll. Okay. If you have signed up on TryHackMe, let me see your hand. So I'll know where to start this class from. If you've signed up on TryHackMe, just okay, 3 people, 4, 5, some of the others on 5. Okay. That's 7 people now. It's only 7 people that have registered. There's only 7 people that have signed up. Okay. There are 9 now. About 21 on this call. 9 people have signed up. Okay, the rest of you, why have you not signed up? Well, 24. If you've not signed up, please unmute yourself and tell me why you've not signed up.
Actually, this is my first time in class.
Okay, this is your first time. Is your laptop with you?
Yes, please.
Okay.
This is equally my first time in class.
Okay, William, this is also your first time. Okay, who else?
Yes, thank you.
Who else? The rest of you, why have you not signed up? If you have not signed up on TryHackMe, I need to know why have you not signed up. Only 2 people, only about
There's power shortage
okay.
here, but I'm going to use my phone.
Okay, power shortage. Since last week Friday, because they came in, I know you were in our class the last time.
Yes, I think this stuff was having problem. I don't know why the microphone wasn't working.
That you weren't hearing me.
But I was hearing you.
Okay. Okay, who else? Who else? if you watch the last video, I uploaded it on YouTube. I also send the link to the groups. If you watch the last video, you'll be able to sign up. So who else? I need to know. We're 25 on the
Okay,
call.
is it to sign up? Okay, I've signed up. I signed up that last week.
Okay, you sign
That
up
we were
now.
doing the
Okay.
first one.
All right.
Yes.
I need one more person, then we kick off.
I
One more
think
person.
network disturbed me last week, so last class, so that is why I didn't notice it when you put it on.
Okay, so someone else also commented. Okay, the Andy commented. If you have your laptop with you now, you need to sign up. If you've not signed up already, or what would happen is this: I will still run through the process now, but watch the last video, then come back, watch today's video, and practice it. Make sure anything you are doing, make sure you are practicing it on your own account, so that you'll be able to ask me questions in the places where you get stuck. All right. So those of you that are with your system now, if you've signed up already, open your track me, go to the, if you open it, it should take you directly to the dashboard or the home page. Okay, and that's where I am now. So this was the room we started in the last class, offensive security introduction. So just click complete my first room.
Sir, sorry for those of us just attending the class today. How do we sign up?
If you're just joining the class today, then you have to just click on, hold on. Let me show you. So just search try hack me. This is the spelling here, try hack me. Search it, then click on the first link. Click on sign up. All right, so click on sign up. Then follow the process as if you want to create an account, right? But I don't want that to hold us back today. I want us to make progress. So probably what you will do now is just follow the class, listen, pay attention to what I'm doing, right? At the end of the class, you watch our YouTube video and then you practice it by yourself before the next class. The next class is tomorrow. So by tomorrow, you ask your questions if you get stuck anywhere. You can also ask it on the group at any time, right?
It's okay, sir. Thank you very much.
Yeah, you can just ask this evening or tomorrow. When I see the question, I would reply. So back to try hack me. Let's complete our first room, all right? If you click on complete my first room, then this is the interface you see. Right now, my machine is started by itself, as you can see here, saying starting your machine. In the last class, I told you people that if you are going to be doing any form of hacking, right, you're most likely going to be using Kali Linux, right? And the reason why I say we should use try hack me is because Kali Linux is already set up on try hack me. Okay, it's already set up for you, so that we don't have to waste time trying to set it up, and then by the end, when we are finally set it up, time is already up. We haven't learned anything. Okay. So if your machine has loaded up, it takes time to load up. Mine loaded while we were talking. This interface here, you're seeing here, will take some time for it to load. So just allow it to load, probably about 5 minutes or less. Once it loads, look at this button here that says view in full screen. Just click on it. When you click on it, another tab is going to open up. Okay, that tab is the full screen of what you are seeing in this right half of your screen. This right half to open up in another screen. So this whole interface, this Kali Linux, this different operating system will open up in another tab. Okay, so when it opens up in another tab, we'll go to that tab and complete it there, so that we can be seeing the whole screen. You understand? So now this is the tab. I just switched it now to this tab. And in the last class, I mentioned that what you're seeing on this tab should not really scare you. All right. This part like this here now is just a browser that is open. And the most common browser that hackers use is Firefox browser. All right. So that's the reason why the browser may not be looking very familiar, because this is Firefox browser. This is not Chrome. This is not Google Chrome. Okay. And people, the reason why most hackers don't use Google Chrome or Microsoft Edge, right, is because Google and Microsoft are in the business of selling your personal information. Okay. They track their users using cookies. Many of you, when you enter a website, you see that thing that says accept cookies, right? And many of you don't know what it means. You're like, what is this cookies they're talking about? But you just go ahead and click accept, right? So what they're asking you when you see that accept cookies question is that we need to put small texts, just very tiny bit of text on your browser that allows us to track you, that allows us to track your activities online, right? So we require it so that we will be able to know the kind of things that you are doing, and therefore we'll know the kind of things you're actually interested in. And the reason why they need to know what you're interested in is because they want to advertise to you. All right. So if they see that, okay, this guy is always searching up, looking up things that relate to building websites, for instance, they'll say, okay, seems this person likes or does something related to building websites. All right. So the people that come to meet them, the companies that come to meet Google, for instance, and say, I want to advertise on Google. Google asks them, what is your product? What do you want us to market for you? And they say, what we do is that we host websites, for instance, right? And I say, okay, so we'll take your advertisement and give it to people that are looking for websites. So you, innocent you that have been searching on your browser for things related to websites, Google will carry those advertisements and come and give it straight to you, because they know that those are the kind of things you are interested in. I'm sure that really broke it down, the concept of cookies, right? But I know you might not see why that kind of thing would be a problem to hackers. I mean, if I'm the kind of person that what I do is that I sell clothes, and I'm always looking out for the latest fashion, the latest clothes, it's a good idea for Google to give me updates on clothes, right? If a company is advertising their clothes, their latest clothes, I want to be one of the first people to see it. So yes, Google should take my data, they should take my information, and they should give me that cookies they are talking about. As long as I get the clothes and I'm first to get it, I'm happy, right? It's a good thing. Sounds like a good thing, but for hackers, the reason why it's not really a good thing is because, I mean, a lot of them are doing things that require some form of anonymity or privacy, or even just security. Now, I just mentioned three terms: anonymity, privacy, and security. We'll talk about those three things. They're not the same, okay? But basically, what I'm saying is some of those hackers don't want people to know what they're doing online. Like, I don't want people to know what I'm doing online, or maybe I don't want people to know it is me that is doing what I am doing online. Yes, maybe I don't care if they know what I'm doing online, but I don't want them to know that it's me that did that thing online. All right. For instance, there are some whistleblowers. Many of us have heard of whistleblowers, right? We've heard of whistleblowers. Whistleblowers are basically people that they go and find information, let's say information about the government, or information about the military, or information about some celebrities, some kind of bad things that they might be doing that the public needs to know.
Can't see you again now.
You guys cannot see me.
No,
I
we're
can see
seeing
you.
you.
All right.
Can't see you.
All right. So whistleblowers, people that basically they want to go and get juicy information that they know the public will be interested in. Maybe
Like
from
WikiLeaks.
maybe what?
WikiLeaks
Yes, like
by
WikiLeaks.
Assad.
Yes. So they need to go and get those information and give it to the public. Now, those people now they don't want those kind of whistleblowers, they want people to know what they are doing, right? They want the public to know, but they don't want the public to know that it is them. It's their personality. For instance, they don't want to know that it's me, Gaga, that is carrying out that operation. So because of that, I don't want people tracking me, right? And since I don't want people tracking me, of course, I can't be using Google Chrome. All right. So that's the reason why we are not using Google Chrome here. We're using Firefox. So you're going to also get familiar with the Firefox interface, Firefox browser. That time, many of us that used small button phones before Android came out, we already used Firefox at one point or the other, because I mean Firefox and Opera Mini were basically the Baba then. But the thing is, until you come back, until you find your way back to security, you don't realize that Firefox is still one of the Baba. All right. Okay, so this is just the Firefox browser. As you can see here, I can minimize it. So if you're on your own PC, you can also minimize it just to see it. Once you minimize it, then this is the Kali Linux interface, all right, or Ubuntu interface. Anyways, all of this should not scare you. In your own PC now, your normal Windows, the apps that you minimize are at the bottom. Like there will be somewhere here, apps you minimize will be at the bottom. But in this particular interface, the apps you minimize are at the top. Okay, so that's in case you're looking for the Firefox browser that you just minimize. Look at it's at the top here. Now, at the top here, you are seeing this one here. This is Firefox browser. As you can see, once I leave my cursor on it, it shows Firefox web browser. But this is not the one you click. This one is if you want to open a new browser, like you want to open a new page, web page. You want to open the browser afresh. That's when you click this. Same goes with this if you're trying to open the terminal afresh. But you see this one that it looks like it's fading into the background. This is the one that you minimized. Okay, so just click on it to open it. And you can see what it is. It has opened back. So all we did was we minimized the web page and then we opened it. Okay, so now that you understand this interface, let's dive straight in. Let's come back to the question. There's a question that they asked us on TryHackMe that we're trying to answer. Okay, so let's come back to the question. So I just switched browse the tabs back to this tab where you have the questions, right? And then this other half, which is our Kali. So what I want to do is I want this question page to occupy the whole land space, the whole space here like this. The whole estate, yeah, it's called the estate, online real estate. So I want this to occupy everywhere here now. So what I will do is, you see this minus button, once I keep my cursor on it, it says exit split view. So that's what I will click on now. I'll just click on it. Once I click on it, it has occupied the whole space. So click on it in your own system. Then before we make progress, let me ask, do you guys understand what I explained about cookies just now? Any questions on cookies?
Yes, I understand your explanation on cookies.
Okay. So any questions on cookies? Or let's dive straight to it. Okay, so no question. Okay, so if you've clicked on that minus button, then your try hacking is what to occupy the whole page. All right. Now look at this thing here. This thing is showing you that we have 40 minutes to finish this room, or else the Kali Linux server is going to time out. It will expire. We'll not be able to continue. All right. That's because we're on the free plan. So personally, I use the paid plan, but this account is one I'm just using to teach you guys. So this is not my paid account. All right. So let's make progress. Now, they're telling us that this is a website, okay? And it's a fake bank that they created for us. Look at it here. It says in this room we have prepared a fake bank application called Fake Bank that you can safely hack. To start this machine, click on Start Machine. That part was automatic. Once you enter, it opens up for you. Okay. So let's move down here. So we're going to use. You said we're going to use a command line application called GoBuster to brute force the fake bank's website so that we can find hidden directories and pages. All right. So GoBuster is an application is an application that is on the Kali Linux interface. All right. That what it does is it looks for pages on your website. For instance, when you enter a website, you see this.com slash whatever comes after it, maybe slash homepage. Slash homepage means you're on the homepage. If it is slash about us, you're on the about us page, right? Now, what they're telling you now is that banks usually have hidden pages that if you come as a normal user to the website, you will not be able to find those pages. They are hidden. They're in what we call the deep web, not the dark web, the deep web, because there's the surface web, there's the deep web, and there's the dark web. Okay, the deep web is usually used by organizations like banks to hide their pages from the general public in such a way that it is still safe and is not in the dark web. Many of you already know what the dark web is. The dark web is where a lot of things that I cannot really use the word illegal, but a lot of illegal things are there, right? But it's not completely, like it's not totally illegal. Okay, some of the things that happen in the dark web are not illegal in certain countries, but but most of the things that happen in the dark web are illegal in most countries. Okay, so the dark web is not really a safe place like that, especially for a newbie that is just wandering. If you just enter, they can scam you. A lot of things can happen there, right? But so organizations like banks and governments usually use the deep web. So what we're going to do today is that we're going to use this GoBuster tool on the command line to find those hidden pages. When you see this word directories, you say, well, it's to find hidden directories and pages. Directories is just a big word for folder. Okay, it's folder. When you see directory, you're talking folder. So we're going to use it to find hidden folders and hidden web pages. As we make progress in the course, you will even find out that folders are more or less, the pages and the folders are more or less the same thing on websites. Okay, so I'm just trying to I know there's a risk of oversimplification, but I'm trying to just really simplify everything down for you. Okay, so GoBuster, what GoBuster does is that here it says it takes a list of potential page names and tries to access the website with each of them. If that page exists, it will tell you. So this description, what I just said now, in one word, we call it brute force. We call it brute force. In those days, right, when they are fighting war, if you've watched some of these American movies, like if you've watched, it was in Game of Thrones, it was in, right, okay, I know it was in Game of Thrones, certainly. But if you watch some of these ancient movies, yeah, when two countries are fighting, it was also in Vikings, when two countries are fighting, and these people have a castle, these people now have a castle. Let's say England is fighting Scotland, for instance. Now, England has a castle, okay? Scotland came on foot to come and attack their castle. The castle that England has a very huge door protecting it. A door that can be this thick, right? Now, the men that came on foot need to break down that door, right? So what they do is they'll bring a log of wood that they cut, maybe a tree. They cut a tree, the trunk of the tree, right? They cut the trunk of the tree. Then all the men, let's say about 10, 15 men would support in carrying the trunk of the tree. Everybody will go back, and then everybody come front and hit the door with the trunk of that tree. Everybody will go back again. They will come front and hit the door with the trunk of a tree. What they are trying to brute force.
Okay, battling ram.
They are trying, yes, exactly, battering ram. They're trying to brute force their way into the castle, right? So when we say that's where that word brute force is actually gotten from. Okay, so when we're saying to brute force a website or to brute force an app, what you're talking about, or to brute force a login page, what you're talking about is it's like coming with force. You're coming again and again and again and again until it opens up. All right. So GoBuster is a brute forcing tool that we use to try web pages, to try one name, try another name, try another name, try another name until one opens the door. Okay, so let's go straight to practical. So step 1 says we should open our terminal. In the terminal, we're going to use GoBuster to find the hidden pages. So let's go and open our terminal. So here now, remember this is our browser, our Firefox browser. Okay, so we'll just minimize it quickly and open the terminal. Now to open your terminal, remember this, look at this here. This is your Firefox browser, right? The next thing is your terminal. In the last class, I told you that I showed you how that your terminal is just another way of doing things on your computer, but using text. Okay, and the reason why we have to use this is because it's faster. It's faster. So as probably in the next class, I'll take more time to explain the terminal. Or when we get to when we get there, there's a full class on command line. We'll explain it better. So just open up the terminal for now. Just click. I just do as I do. The more you do, the more you get familiar. So once you open up your terminal, we're going to run the GoBuster tool. Okay. Now the GoBuster is already installed for us on TryHackMe, so we won't be doing the installation process. All right. Now look at this command here. They say we should type in this command into the terminal to find potentially hidden pages on the website. Okay. Now this command here, on your own system from your end, you can type it in for experience. Okay. Type it, GoBuster, then space. So we'll type it in. Let's type it in. So that as we type it in, I will explain what it means. Okay, so the first thing is the tool. We type GoBuster. So you type GoBuster. Okay, so I'll type it GoBuster. I just type GoBuster now, which is the tool. Then it's actually type -u. -u is our URL. It means you want to impute a URL afterwards. So what's the URL of the website that we are trying to hack? Okay, the URL of the website is, if you check it here now, you can check it from here, but it's already, they give us, they look at the URL we also want to hack, http://fakebank.thm. Okay, so we know that's the URL. We impute the URL next. Okay, http fakebank.thm, right? Then our word list -w, word list. Now this word list is .txt, which means it's a text file that contains a list of words. That's what I mean by word list. Okay, I will explain it. Word list, basically, there's something in security, something called dictionaries. So dictionaries and word list basically contain a lot of words, most commonly used words that websites might use or users might use. So if you want to hack into a website, for instance, you can go and download the dictionary or download the word list, where you can try all the different words in the list, or you can try all the words in the dictionary. And when you run through all of that, if any of those words is actually being used by the website, it will pick it, right? Which is the reason why when you want to create a password, they'll tell you not to use words that are in the dictionary, in your English dictionary, because people literally have tools that can run through the whole English dictionary and pick up any word that is there, combine it in any way that you might actually think of combining it, and be able to hack your account. Okay, we'll explain that in detail as we make progress, or probably during the question and answer session. For now, I don't want this try hack me room to expire. You know, I told you that there is a timer attached. So let's make progress. So we've imputed that. We've imputed the word list, and then directory. So it's searching folders for us. So this is the command that they ask us to input: go buster dash u, the URL dash w, word list, and then directory. Okay. So now all you need to do is to press enter. So my go buster just ran. And now let me, okay, still running. My go buster is still running as you can see. Okay, just finished running now. Okay, still running. Look at it here. It's showing the progress here. 6,000, 7,000 out of 8,000. But if you look at on your own interface, you see it while it's counting out of 8,000. And my one has finished counting. So this interface might look a bit scary, but like I said, everything here is just words. So let me just break it down for you. This is just this here, Go Buster version 2, blah blah, is just the version of the Go Buster we are using. Okay, this is just the version. Like, you know, when you need to update your apps, so you're telling you that you're using this version of the app. Okay, so that should not scare you. The mode is this mode here now. It's telling you what mode is dir. Remember, I said directory just folder. It's just another name for folder. So we're scanning folders. That's what it's saying here. The URL or slash domain is telling you what domain are we scanning. That's when we imputed. All right. Threads, blah blah blah. All these things now are not important. Status codes. We'll talk about status codes in the future. Okay, it's quite simple. Blah, blah, blah. But let me just show you the part you really need to. The results from our set. Let me show you the results from our set. Is this part here. Okay. So slash images status 31 and then slash bank transfer status 200. So slash images, they're telling you that the GoBuster found two hidden pages on this website. And the first page I found is slash images that you can see here. All right. And then the second page I found is slash bank transfer. Remember, what we're trying to do is that we're trying to transfer money from somebody else's bank account to our own on this website. All right. I think this would be a good point for me to mention that everything we're teaching here is for educational purposes and you shouldn't use it for evil. Okay. So this slash 3, this image slash images is saying status is 301, which means it's going to redirect us because all these numbers, status codes, they have meaning, right? But slash bank transfer, the status is 200, which means it's okay. So let's leave the statuses aside first, okay, so I don't complicate matters. What we're trying to do in this particular exercise is that I want to transfer money. So do you think it's going to be the slash images or the slash bank transfer that would be the web page? Which of these web pages do you think we need to use to transfer money? Is it slash images or slash bank transfer?
I think it should be slash bank transfer.
Yes, bank transfer. So what you do now is you can just copy this, okay? You can just copy it, or if you don't want to copy it, you can just type it directly into your browser here. So this browser where the page is, where the bank is already open. After this slash, you just have to now add bank transfer. Okay, so press enter to search the page, and boom, as you can see, I'm in the admin page. This is the admin portal. So if you go to a bank, for instance, and you are standing on the other side of the computer, the admin is sitting here facing the computer. The admin is one doing transfer when you come and bring deposit slip, right? There's a particular page that admin uses to make transfer. If you log into First Bank website, for instance, you will not be able to see that page because it's hidden. So what we just did now is that we just found the page for this particular fake bank, all right? And that's the admin portal that you can see here. So now, as you can see on the admin portal, you just need to put in the bank account, send from, it says send from. So you put in the bank account you want to send money from, and it says send to. So you put in the bank account that you want to send money to, right? Then you put the amount you want to send and click on send money. So quickly, we're going to transfer money. First of all, let's go back to the question and see where they say we should transfer money from. Okay, so I've switched it back to our question page. And if you scroll down, they say step 3 says we should hack the bank. Okay. And your mission, see your mission here. Your mission is to transfer $2,000 from this bank account number. The account number, they shortened it to just 4 digits. So our own bank account number and our own bank account is this other 4 digits here. Now, if your transfer was successful, you should be able to see your new balance in your account page. So let's go and transfer it. We're transferring $2,000. Let's not forget the amount. So from this is the account we're transferring from. So I just copied the bank account number we're transferring from to our own bank account, which is 8881. So I've switched my tab back to our admin portal with the bank, right? Let's transfer the money now. We're sending it from this bank account. Paste. I just pasted it now. To our own bank account, which is 8881. Don't put your own real bank account there. I know some of you are looking for $2,000. We are all looking for $2,000 here. So the amount to transfer is $2,000 in USD. That's what I just type in here now, $2,000. So I'll just click on send. Send the money. It says success, transfer completed. So I've transferred the $2,000 to our own account. So I've successfully completed the transfer. And this is the blah blah information about our transfer. Blah, blah. So, but look at this. It says we should return to our own account. So let's go to our own account. That's where we want to go to. Say, congratulations, you hacked the bank. The answer to your try hack me question is bank hacked. So I'll just copy this now and go back to our question page. Our question page, okay, which is the other tab. So I'm back in our tab, and it says answer the question below. Above your account balance, there's a message that tells you the answer to this question. Can you find the answer you need? Which was what we just copied. So I'll just paste it here, which is bank hacked, and press submit. Boom. It says the answer is correct. We've hacked the bank. Okay, so questions. If you were following me and you were able to hack the bank, let me see your hand. Just raise your hand. If you were following me and you were able to hack the bank.
I hacked it last week.
Oh, you hacked it last week. Sharp. Okay. Any other person who else would hack it today?
My phone is not working. It's showing kind of noises or something like
Okay. Matania, you're raising up your hand. Did you hack the bank?
I'm going by your instruction just to follow through. After which, after the class, I will go through it. But it's well understood. I hope to hack after now.
Okay. All right. Okay. Lawrence said he also hacked it last week. Oh, if you cannot see my screen, my apologies. You can always watch
My
our
network is maybe I will try it later after the class.
All right. Who else? Who else could hack the bank? Okay.
I couldn't hack my network. So maybe I will try it later.
Okay, that's fine. So let's make progress. So that is the main hands-on for this first room. Okay, then this is just theory. This is talking about careers in cybersecurity. In our last class and in our first class, we already talked about these three things. We talked about the penetration. Okay, no, we didn't talk about penetration tester, but we talked about red teamer. We did not talk about security engineer. Okay, so just on your own try hack me, I will advise you to do these stories. These were interesting stories. I read them. I also remember when I took the and well, it's not. Let's just say it's common place to find people, right? To make your way to see. So it's good to read these stories. They're testimonies, all right? If you read it, you see how cybersecurity can really help you delving into the security profession. So your careers in cybersecurity. The careers that are here now, they talked about three. They talked about the pen tester. They talked about the red team. Okay, who can explain red team? Lawrence, your hand is up. Lawrence, we're not waiting for Lawrence. So if you can answer, just answer. If you can answer red team. Oh, can you guys not hear me again?
Can hear
Right,
you.
right, man.
Okay. Abdulaziz.
So,
Yeah, answer now.
yeah, a red team, I think the person in the red team, that is the hacker.
Okay, in a company, right? A red team is when we're talking red team, I'm talking about this in a company, not like a hacker that is at home on his own, call himself a red teamer. It's someone in a company.
Okay,
So those of you that watch the Google hacking series, did you who watched the Google? If you watch the Google hacking series, tell us, did you watch? First of all, let me know those of you that watch it. See your hands, like or just or you can meet yourself. Hello. Can you guys hear me?
I can hear you now.
All right. I forgot to plug the MiFi, so it went off. Sorry about that. So yeah, we're talking about the retina. I said that it's not the person that's sitting at home, right? That just sits at home and is hacking. I'll call himself a retina, all right? If we're talking about careers in cybersecurity, we're talking about how to make money. So this part is kind of important. Okay, we won't skip this part. At least we've done some theory today. The next class, I think we're going straight into basics of Kali Linux. Okay, I think that should be the next part. All right. So if you're talking about how to make money, you can make money in cybersecurity by being a hacker. Like you said, a hacker that is at home can make money. One of the ways a hacker at home can make money is through bug bounties. Many of you might have not heard of it. Okay, so let me just show you what that looks like. Let me just show you something about it. So this is one of the ways you can make money. Bug bounties. Just search bug bounties. Okay, on your browser. This is spelling. So bug bounties are programs where companies pay individuals, often ethical hackers, to find and report vulnerabilities in their systems. Okay. Now bug bounties is for when you're, of course, you're really good in it. You're really good in hacking. So if you're really good in hacking, if you can hack a company, if you can hack a company successfully, or you find a vulnerability, then you report it to them. They have programs where they pay you for it. And they do pay well. They pay well, but in okay, look at Microsoft paid out $17 million in bug bounties last year. Security researcher was paid $1,000 by Apple, so he says he's going to stop bug bounty. Of course, we have to look at every side now. You understand? So basically, if you are a bug bounty hunter in Nigeria, if you are good, in Nigeria, there's only one person that's been able to find the vulnerability for Apple. The guys in Lagos. Oyetunde is his name. I follow him on LinkedIn. So that's for Apple. It's very difficult to find bots on Apple, but they pay more than most companies every year, which is about £1 billion. Someone asked in the comment section, do I recommend Windows or Mac for cybersecurity? Of course, it's MacBook. MacBook is better than Windows for cybersecurity. When you go to catch the flag competitions, for instance, probably 100% of the people or close to will be using MacBook, right? So MacBook is recommended, but if you don't have a MacBook, that should not stop you, all right? That should not stop you. You can do just as much. You can do a lot with your Windows. It's basically the reason why Mac is better is for security. Mac is generally more secure than Windows, and the reason why that is because hackers tend not to pay as much attention to MacBooks because few people use Macs. A lot of people use Windows. So I mean, which one do you want to hack? Do you want to be wasting your time to hack the very few, or do you want to just go to a place where you can cast your net like a fisherman? Just cast your net and you know get high in one view. At least one fish must enter. You understand? So something like that. It's like the Yahoo boys, instead of them going to LinkedIn, they will go to Facebook now because there are more people on Facebook than on LinkedIn. So generally, hackers pay more attention to where people are because people is money. You understand? So if you want to be secure, then MacBook is better. Another reason why MacBook is better than Windows for hacking is because MacBook, the default interface, the operating system of MacBook looks closer to Ubuntu. It looks more like Kali Linux than Windows. Windows looks less like Kali Linux than MacBook. All right. If you look at MacBook's interface and you look at Kali Linux, they are not too far apart compared to Windows and Kali Linux. So if you are a Windows user and then you're trying to use MacBook for the first time, you are most likely not going to be as confused as a Windows user who is trying to use Kali Linux for the first time. All right, so bug bounties is one way to make money. Bug bounties is, I have to tell you, is not easy. Okay, and that thing is that if you're going to go into bug bounties, you need to know people. You need to know people. You need to know people that are already into bug bounties because most times the easiest way is percentage. Go for percentage. If you're able to find a vulnerability and you don't have to exploit it, but you know somebody that can exploit it, you meet himself and exploit this thing, let's split it 60-40, 50-50, whatever you go agree. It does it, it's tough you cash out. Then if only you say you want to struggle and do everything yourself, you will struggle. If you try to do it yourself, you will struggle and you will struggle. And why you are even struggling, somebody else can find out vulnerability. That same vulnerability, someone else can find it, exploit it, and get paid for it. And automatically, you're as good as who never found it. Okay. So bug bounties is one way to make money at home. Then the penetration tester can also make money at home, right? Because there's some penetration work that's like freelancing more or less, in that a company might not want to pay a team because probably it's a startup company. They're unable to pay a team. They just need one person to do the work for them. So what they'll do is they look for someone that's into security and they pay you to come and help test their app, test their website, test their system, try and break in, try and find vulnerability. Just try and basically the penetration tester, his work is to find any way that the Okay. So sorry about that. So I was talking about bug bounties. Right. And I was saying that the penetration tester is the person who he to the company, right? He reports those vulnerabilities to the company and he gets paid for finding those vulnerabilities. So the difference between the penetration tester and the red teamer is that the red teamer works with a team. The penetration tester usually is an individual, all right? So a red team can consist of penetration testers, right? And a red team, another thing to know is that a red team can, when they are told to break into a company, they don't just have to, they're not most, except by the contract says so, they can carry out, what the fuck? This one. Yeah, I'm here. Sorry for that. Sorry about that. So, except the contract says so, right? They can actually carry out physical attacks. That's why I was asking you guys if you watch the Google hacking series. Okay. Yes. So in the Google hacking series that I told you guys to watch, right? There's one of the videos that talks about red teamers, explicitly about red teamers. And they asked the red teamers in Google to talk about their experience as red teamers in Google. So they talked about a particular operation. I can't remember the name of the operation now. It's been long I watched that series. So in that operation, they were asked to break the blue team and hack into the company, right? Because there was a project that Google was currently working on, and they wanted to find out if outsiders can break into Google and find that project, find the blueprint and information about that project. So they asked the red team to do what they can. And what they did was that they sent physically, because when they tried to hack in, everywhere was protected. So what they tried was social engineering. They sent USBs. They gifted it to members of Google and told them that it's a gift from Google, right? It was deceitful, but they didn't know. The members did not like detect it, and then all of them plugged it into their laptop. And when they plugged it in, that was how they got it. That's how they got infected with the virus that allowed the red team to get access and to lay hands on the blueprint. And the reason I'm not telling it in a very enthusiastic way now is because I asked you guys to watch the series, and the series is very, very, very interesting. All right. So if you've not watched the series, if this is your first class, just go and watch the series. You can on the group, if you're not on the cybersecurity group, after now, send me a message. So I send you the link to join the cybersecurity group itself. Right? On the group there, any of you that has access to the links, those of you that have been around, you can just resend the links to them so that everybody can go and watch it. It's very interesting. I assure you, it's very you will learn a lot and you would have questions to ask me after that. Good questions to ask. So that is the penetration tester, that is the red teamer. While the security engineer basically he sets up the protocols, the controls, things like the routers, the firewalls, basically anything that needs some form of engineering. It's not really the hacking part of things that he's doing. He's not hacking, he's not defending, he just sets up the controls, every security control that he plays, maybe identity and access management. For instance, companies where you need a card to enter. You scan your card, the card verifies who you are. allows you to enter. Those kind of things. Access management, that's what we call it. Identity and access management, IAM. Things like that is what he is in charge of. So some of you might want to play that role instead of hacking and trying to break into a system. Maybe that is not interesting to you. Maybe it's interesting, but I mean, you just prefer the uh, controlling administrative side of things, right? So then security engineer role will come in handy. But now that role, I believe it pays more. It pays more than penetration tester, but it requires a lot of theoretical knowledge. A lot of theory. Trust me. That one is because pen testing, red teaming requires a lot of practical knowledge. Security engineering requires a lot of theoretical knowledge. And the way cybersecurity works, because we're talking about how to make money in cybersecurity. The way cybersecurity works is that if first of all, if you're going to work for a company, you must be certified. If you're going to be certified, you must have a lot of theoretical knowledge. As much as this class is a practical class, what I'm saying is for you to lay your hands on a certificate that will allow you work for any serious company, you have to be certified. And to be certified, you need a lot of theoretical knowledge, because the exam you're going to have to write to get the certificate is heavily theoretical. They expect you to know the practical, yeah, and there's some practical exams as well, but the exam is heavily theoretical. So that's that for careers in penetration testing. Here in Nigeria, let me tell you how we make money in Nigeria here with cybersecurity. Me personally, I'm in Port Harcourt, and most of the money I've made from cybersecurity, I made through penetration testing. I've not made any money from bug bounty. I make my money from penetration testing. All right. And I make it with startup companies. I've not worked with any major company. Startup companies, people that are building apps and trying to break into the markets, and they need a cybersecurity personnel. They need a penetration tester that can help them test their apps to find flaws and vulnerabilities. So that's what I do, right? So people, I know a lot of tech bros. So when there's a startup like that and they are we're looking for a cybersecurity analyst, or we're looking for a penetration tester, I'm the guy for the job. I'm the one they know. They reach out and I help them out with that. Other than that, I usually help people in other little tasks, but I don't really charge them for it. And I know someone here that is able to unlock iPhones. That's the main work he does. He unlocks iPhones. And yeah, that's how he makes his own money. Funny enough, he was my student. Then who else? Okay. Yes, my guy in Abuja. He makes his money by also by penetration testing, but then he's in Abuja, so there's a lot more jobs there for penetration testers. Same as Lagos, there's a lot more jobs for penetration testers in Lagos. Then, yeah, if you want to work with a bank, for instance, or you want to work with any top company, then you are most likely going to have to work your way into a cybersecurity firm first, right? A cybersecurity firm first, and from there you get your access with the big boys, right? But for that, you are most likely have to relocate. Either you're living in Lagos or you're willing to relocate, something like that, or you're willing to relocate to Abuja as well. Other than those two, then there is the tutoring job where you teach cybersecurity. I know one guy here in Port Harcourt that was teaching cybersecurity inside town, but he has left the country now. He has gotten a job outside the country with cybersecurity. So I've run through how people make their money here. Yes, then in Abuja, I heard that there are guys in Abuja that make their money from bug bounties. A lot of them in Lagos also make their money through bug bounties too. So if you're in Lagos, you're in Abuja, you need to find that community and plug yourself into it. I know one of them in Lagos that works for a UK company, but he was one of the first persons on track me. He was one of the first Nigerians rather on track me, and because of that, he has completed over 1,000 rooms. Oh yeah, over 1,000 rooms on track me. So track me employed him. Track me is a UK-based company. They are fully remote, so he works from Lagos, but he's paid in pounds. All right. If you're in Lagos, if you're in Abuja, you need to plug yourself into those community, the hacking space. and find out how people are making their money. So that is most likely how you're also going to make yours. The guys that make their money from bug bounty, in Lagos, most of them make their money from Web2 bug bounty. But in Abuja, I heard that most of them now are switching to Web3 because a lot of newbies that just got into the cybersecurity space made a lot of money from Web3 security. And by Web3 security, I mean Web3 bug bounty. All right. Bug bounty in the Web3 space where they are looking for vulnerabilities on the blockchain. So the blockchain, when we're talking about the blockchain, we're talking about things that have to do with Bitcoin, basically, or those digital coins. Right. So that is another level of cybersecurity altogether. So is there anything I'm missing out? I don't think so. So any question on careers in cybersecurity or from anything that we've taught today? If you do not have questions, you can go watch the video and watch the video tonight, and then tomorrow you ask your questions, because definitely questions should come out. You cannot tell me that.
Please, what the title of the video?
Okay, yes, the title of the video will be the name of the room that we just completed, and that is intro to. Let me see. I've not posted the video yet, so after the class, I'll post the video.
What about the series you should watch?
The series is Google Hacking Google.
I have a question.
Hacking Google.
Let me type it here. Type it here.
Please do. Thank
I have a question.
Yes. Let me take your question.
So, what certifications do I need before I can get a job in cybersecurity?
That's a beautiful question. Lawrence, I didn't know you were a lady. I thought you were a guy. Especially when you said you hacked the bank last time, I was like, this guy is on fire. Okay. So I've typed the name of Hacking Google series. So someone asks what certifications you need. Now, if you are going for, if you want to work as a penetration tester, then the certification you need is different from the certification you need if you want to just break into the cybersecurity space as quickly as possible. Okay. And I always recommend breaking in as quickly as possible before going for what is really in your mind, because so many complications can come out once time enters your plan. Generally in life, you know how it works. By the time you make a plan and you set this time for it, and for whatsoever reason time increases, the time you're going to have to carry out, a lot of variables can change. All right. So the first thing, the main certificate you should be after is the CompTIA S. Let me type it for you guys. CompTIA S or CompTIA S Plus. I just typed it now. That is the main. This is the main certificate you should be going for. The exam is in Lagos. If you want to write the exam, you have to travel to Lagos. Or at least I believe, Lagos is the only place where you can take the exam in Nigeria.
I'm already in Lagos.
Oh, see cheats. Why you? You're playing also, are you? Okay. So yeah. That's good now. In Lagos,
So I
find
have a
people.
question, please.
Okay. Wait, just let me finish. Lawrence, look for cybersecurity communities that are in Lagos. Plug yourself. Look, I told you guys, I emphasize this in the first class, that cybersecurity is about people. Look for people that are doing this thing in Lagos. Plug yourself into that community. All right. We that are in Port Harcourt, any opportunity we have in Lagos, so once we have the slightest opportunity, we have entered Lagos, because Lagos is where things are happening. Port Harcourt is trying. Port Harcourt is upcoming. Abuja is trying, but Lagos is the main place. Plug yourself into it. Attend events, cybersecurity events that are related to tech, even if it's not directly cybersecurity, all right? Because you will find people that are doing cybersecurity and they will help you. I know someone who he finished with HND. He finished with HND in school, engineering, and he wasn't really working with that certificate. Like, he wasn't working as an engineer. He was working in Nestle company, Nestle in Lagos. So what he did was he went to go and take he took the certification CompTIA N. I think CompTIA N was the one he took. CompTIA N, CompTIA A. But it was CompTIA certification. He took one of the CompTIA certifications that has to do with IT support. IT support is the work he's doing, and he's making, I think, about 500,000. Yeah, about salary in Lagos. And I know that may not be much, but at least it was the gap between where he was and where he is now is not the same. It's something is significant. Let me put it that way. All right. So plug yourself in the community, find people, find information, move around, move around. The most of the times the answer to the question you're looking for is not with you, it's with somebody else. Go and look for the person. So CompTIA is the main certificate you should be looking for. If you want to go into hacking, then you can go for the CEH, which is Certified Ethical Account. I'm going to type it. I'm typing it now for you guys. Certified Ethical Hacker Certificate. Okay, CEH. All right, so CEH is quite expensive. I know someone that has a certificate here in Port Harcourt. This is about #1 million for the certificate. So that is quite expensive. That's why I said it's not a good starting point. You can start with CompTIA. So you raise the money for CEH. Okay. So yeah, someone else had a question.
I wanted to ask, I really appreciate this privilege we are getting from you. But
Okay.
most of the times when we have this training like this,
Yeah.
we are brought to just the basics and then we are left alone.
Yes.
So I want to put it as a kind of request. Is it possible? You have been talking about getting yourself
Plugged in.
attached to the community and all that. Is it
Yeah.
possible that after now we are not just left halfway? There's a kind of mentorship, even if it will take you, whatever it will take us to ensure that we're not just cut off and just left
Yeah,
to struggle our way. Build a
that's a good
community.
one.
Is it possible to build a community via this training and
Platform.
yes.
Yeah. So in the first class that we had, I told you guys that the B.O.F cybersecurity class, I did not attach it to the general community because I want that to be a community on its own. I want all of you to take it as a community, see it as a community, right? What we are trying to build there is a community. By the time, so it was part of this why I told you guys that you should share the flyer. People should know what you are doing. People should already know that you are going to cybersecurity because the answers are looking for the people, the jobs you're looking for is people. All right. So this is a starting point, right? But I will not advise you to be in only one community. I will never advise anybody to. I won't be my enemy. I'm in so many communities that so many, even communities where I don't know what they're doing there, I'll just join as far as it's related to tech. All right, because opportunities, like I say, poor means passing over opportunities repeatedly. You just have to be where opportunities are, right? However, whilst our platform, B.O.F cybersecurity, is a starting point for you guys. When you are through with this elementary class, like you said, most of them they leave people halfway. Once you are through with this elementary class, we're going to have a master class, but that's not going to be that's going to be a paid master class, right? That is not under B.O.F directly. Okay, that's under me. So we're gonna have a paid master class where we actually hold your hand and say, okay, let's go through this thing together. Do you understand?
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you
And
very much.
I also mentioned that the price for that is not fixed yet. At the end of this elementary class, we'll know how many people are interested. Then we'll look for how we can. We'll agree on a price. So I'm not bringing a price we get. All of us that all of you that are actually interested. Okay, yes, let's run this race together. We want to run this race to the end. We'll agree. This amount is fair. This amount is okay. I think I can bring this amount. I think okay. We'll agree on one, and then we'll run that class. The master class will probably run for like 3 months. Yeah, for 3 months, non-stop, and it's not 2 times a week like this elementary class. That will be 3 times a week. To make sure that we don't leave it, so it doesn't leave us. Our hands will always be on deck. Okay. So,
Thank you very much.
yeah. Another
Please, I have another question.
I'm coming. Yeah, I'm coming, Lawrence. And another certificate I was supposed to talk about was the Offensive Certified Security Certified Professional OSCP. So I'll just drop that as well for you guys in the comment section. Okay, OSCP. offensive security certified professional. So if you want to work as a pen tester, this is a very good one to start with. A very good one. Like if you are looking for a job and you cannot, if you're looking for jobs here in Nigeria, abroad, this is a good one. This is a really good one to start with. And it's slightly less expensive than the certified ethical hacker. Slightly, it's about 800K, I think. Yeah, thereabouts. So the first things first is to break into the marketplace. Then from there, we'll look for how to do. If you have the money, take any of these ones. And once you have it, I personally will advise that you should start to plan how you leave this country. Okay. So that's where you really make money from cybersecurity. Cybersecurity pays about $100,000 a year abroad. All right. And that's roughly 160 million naira in a year. That's in Nigeria. Well, of course, you'll be living abroad, so it's a good starting point. Yeah, Lawrence, you have another question.
Yeah, so my question is for the CEH certification, the certified ethical hacker certification, you said
Yeah,
that we need to pay up to 1 million for the
yeah,
certificate.
yeah.
So let's say we pay and we get the job, we get the certificate rather, and we're applying for a job. What do you think will be the minimum salary or money we'll make once we get the job?
Depends on where you are now. That is heavily dependent on where you are. If you are here in, if you leave the country, like I said, if you leave the country, you are talking $100,000, which is about 100 to 150 million in naira. That's a year. That's yearly, annually. All right. But if you are here in Nigeria, if you're in Lagos, you'll be able to get. You'll see jobs for five. Most jobs go for 500 to 1 million. Then um, that is where they're paying well. Let me put it like that. Where they're paying well. I've seen some that's up to 1.5, up to 1.5 million a month. But if you're in a place where it's just average salary, which then it will be about 350 thereabouts. 350. But the thing is that to get a role as certified ethical hacker in Nigeria, it means you are most likely not doing the work that you are certified for. You are most likely doing the work of the person that has CompTIA S. The person that has CompTIA S is the person that's supposed to be paying that 350,000 or 500,000. All right. And the certificate is like you've outpriced yourself from the marketplace. It's like somebody that gets masters and gets PhD for and wants to work abroad. You're most likely not. You're most likely companies. It's not like you're not good, though. Well, companies don't really need you, and that's because the person that has BSc is enough for the companies. Is enough to do the job, right? But then you went ahead to go and get masters, which is good because you want to stand out. But at the same time, your masters or your PhD is making you more expensive than the guy that can do the job. So why should they pick you if the other person can do the job for them at a lesser price with the competence level that is just enough to get by? Do you understand? So it's almost like you're outpricing yourself from the marketplace. It might favor you, it might not favor you, depending on where you are. All right. So basically, if you're going for the CEH, then I would say you should also be making plans to leave the country. If you get, so that's why I said CompTIA S is a good starting point. So if you can start with CompTIA, get a job, then CEH, or start with CEH, whichever, get a job as you're doing the work of the CompTIA S most likely, then that will help buff up your CV while you're working on leaving the country and you move. Any other questions?
No other questions.
All right. So is that all the questions that we have today? So that we can call it a day. Okay, Emerald. All right, noted. Okay, so let's call it a day then. Since in the absence of any other questions, we'll call it a day. All right, good night, everybody. Have a nice day. Oh, yes, please do not forget. I need you guys, don't forget, subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you are not already, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Please, you know what we are giving out is value. Oh, I also forgot to mention that in the master class, we're not going to be using track. let's just say we'll not be using TrackMe majorly. All right, we'll use TrackMe, but we'll go into normal Kali Linux. I'm not going to be wasting too much time on TrackMe because TrackMe has a lot of things that are set up there. But we have to be what we'll do is when we practice on TrackMe, we'll go to the normal Kali Linux interface and see what we can do there. Get our hands dirty. All right. We have to do the normal. We have to do it in the normal Kali Linux so you can get used to it. But it's not TrackMe you use and work for the company. You understand? But TrackMe has a lot of things that are already set up for you, and that will really come in handy. Favor Brown, you raised your hand. Do you have a question?
Good evening.
Yeah.
Please, I want to ask a person that is aspiring to enter school in cybersecurity.
Okay.
What what are the requirements for a person aspiring to enter school?
Okay, so I'll get to that. But first of all, as you can see, our page, I just opened it now, our YouTube page. Please go and click subscribe. All you have to do once you open your YouTube, just search at B.O.F network and then click subscribe. If you click on subscribe, then you get notifications when we post. So, for instance, when I post our video on cybersecurity, you will see it. It will come as a notification so you don't miss it. You can go and watch it. So just click on subscribe, click the bell, you can click on notification, you can click on all. So you get all notifications. All right, so do well to subscribe to our YouTube channel. So if you Brian, you asked a question, you said that someone that wants to go into school, right, to study cybersecurity. I didn't get it. What was the last part of the question? Favor Brown, the last part of the question.
The requirements needed.
Okay, the requirements to study cybersecurity in school.
Yes.
I'm not very sure of the subjects. I'm not very sure. I know someone that is studying cybersecurity, but I didn't really ask her those details. So what will happen is I can find out then. So you chat me privately. I will answer that.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Sorry, sir. I still have another question. Just one more quick, short question.
All right.
So, if I want to study in university now, computer science, what are the
Yeah.
courses that I need to take so I can specialize in cybersecurity?
I'm also, like I said, I'm not studying cybersecurity in school, but I know someone that does. Okay. So I can ask and get back to it for you guys. Then if it's
Okay.
computer science that you say you want to study, also one of our admins here on B.O.F is studying computer science. So I can also help you. I can give you his number, talk to him.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah. All right. So we'll call it a day here. Good night, everybody. Thank you for your time. And do well to subscribe. If you have not subscribed, go and subscribe. Go and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Subscribe now as we're talking. Don't postpone it. Procrastination is the thief of time. All right. So good night, everybody.
Good night. Thank you for your
Good night,
time.
sir.
Good night.
Yeah. Good night.
Night.
Abdulaziz, you don't want to go off the call.